No, that was a lot of fun. I knew had got some questions about if our kids were going to keep fighting and all that. They've been fighting. I think we played more of a complete game today, and it's awesome to do it in the bounce house on homecoming. So I'm really happy for the group today.
Coach, it's been a tough 3 weeks. How important was it for this team to have a win like this today?
This one was really important. Just we had our chances in the last 3, and I think if we would have played our best, there's a chance we could have got 1 or 2 or more of them, but we didn't, and that's part of growing up as a football team. But we needed to get back on the right track with some momentum, especially going into a bye week.
Scott, you had Cam was listed as out, and then you had Taven come in. What was the kind of the situation at quarterback? Who was Taven's backup? Was it Davio intended to be the backup, or what was this situation?
Yeah, Cam, I can't tell you how much respect I have for him. He has a couple broken ribs. We didn't know about it till midweek. He practiced with it. He finished the game with it. So it says a lot about how tough he is. Jakari was emergency for us. He's still not quite ready to go, but he would have gone in if we really needed it. So we really went in with Tay and Davi.
Coach, the offense was moving the ball really well in the first half. Just a few missed opportunities on 4th down in the second. But then in the third quarter, you guys come back out firing. What was kind of the talk in halftime to capitalize on those opportunities that you wanted all week?
I think we just talked about how well we played, except for we got to get the short yardage figured out. Looking at it on tape, on the sideline, we just didn't execute very well on a couple of the runs. Now, if you tell me we're going to go for it on 4 4th downs and score touchdowns on 2 of them, I would probably take that. But we got to be able to line up, run the ball, and get a yard. And that's something we'll certainly continue to look at over the bye week. But, other than the short yardage stuff, I thought, you're not going to hit on everything. But we executed at a higher rate today than we have, and we made some big plays. And that's the ingredient that's been missing.
We went for it on 4th down a few times this game. What went into the attacking mindset?
To be honest, Jeff Love, one of my recruiting guys, has the analytics, and I'm not a pure analytics guy. I think the feel of the game has a lot to do with it, but the only one I question is, up 14, we went for it, and they went and got a touchdown. And if you get it, great. If you don't, you hope your defense can stand up and not make it a one-score game again. But I think, it was the right call. We just got to be a little better.
You and Coach Grinch have talked about the need to create turnovers. You did that today, and it results in a score. How big was your defense?
The defense has been playing really good for a while. I think this was their most complete game, starting with the fact that a play like that changes the game. That was still a ball game when Nigel got a strip and Kelly took it back, and that blows it open. This is not counting the interception and getting on the ball late. Our defense probably would have had 2 straight second-half shutouts, which says a lot about the job Coach Grinch is doing. And those guys, they can continue to get better despite missing some pieces now. I think that group's starting to come together and play as a unit. And we didn't have any major busts either, so we didn't give up any big plays because of mistakes. And I think the combination of that and the turnover, I think that was their best game.
You've had some injuries along the line, so you got a lot of pressure on the quarterback, a lot of different guys getting in the mix.
Say that again.
A lot of different guys getting in the mix. You've needed to step up with injuries along your defensive line.
Yeah, and I'm happy with how some were playing. We've had a couple losses there. I think we have pretty good depth because of the way we had to build the roster so late and with all these new guys. But we paid a lot of attention to even the guys kind of down the way a little bit, and they're getting their chance now at a bunch of different positions, and see some good things from them.
Coach, this week threw the ball a lot. Seemed like you were a lot comfier getting big plays in the passing game. What do you think led to that happening today?
Well, Taven's got a special ability to throw the football, so it starts with that. I thought our O-line did a good job protecting and giving him the opportunity to do that. And it's kind of been the issue on some drives in a couple games. When we get first downs, you just have more opportunities to throw it and therefore more opportunities to create a big play in the pass game. And we did enough the rest of the time to earn the right to take those shots.
And with Taven in that first touchdown on the 4th down there, first of back-to-back 4th down touchdowns, right? But he seemed to have a little extra poise, kind of waiting for that opening to come before he got rid of the ball. Are we seeing him kind of grow with plays like that?
I think so. That's just going to come with experience. There's a great play by him. When he took off, I thought he was going to run for the first. Chris Domerkamp had a great game, and it's good to see him stepping up. On that play, we work scramble drill all the time, and he did a great job running to space and finding an area, and Tay kept his eyes downfield and made the throw. And you can call a great game and call the right play all the time, but that's football, and plays are going to break down. And if you have guys that can make plays in those situations, then you're a better team.
How do you feel like the offensive line did on the whole without Paul playing there? And what was kind of his week leading up to the game, because he was still listed as questionable all the way up through today?
Yeah, he's got an ankle, so it's not going to be long. He's one of our leaders, so it was, a little discouraging going to the game without him, but he wants to be back, and he'll be back soon. I got to watch the tape, but Owen Spell was ready to step up. We're using Connor Meadows at tackle and kind of in another role right now, and it's a good thing we have those guys. They're plenty capable going in and performing.
And as Sincere Edwards, he posted that he had a surgery over the last couple of days. Is his injury going to be season-ending?
Yeah, he has a foot, Liz Frank, so he's done for the year. Tough loss for us. Mostly, again, I say this every time, but, man, you talk about a kid that works hard and big part of our team, and we'll certainly miss him, but other guys got to step up, and we'll be right there with him as he gets healthy.
Coach, your pass rush had quite the day-to-day, first time getting 5 or more sacks since the Peach Bowl, actually, in your first.
Really?
And then, of course, you had that scoop and score as well. Just what were you seeing there with the pass rush today? And, of course, you limited the lowest passing yards all season.
It was strange how the season's kind of worked out. Those guys haven't had a ton of opportunities to rush the passer. And I'm not making excuses for them, but our first game, we played a team that didn't throw it very much, and the second game, they didn't throw it very much, and Kansas State was a little heavier run, and then Cincinnati got ahead of us, and that was more of a run game. And this is the first time we've been ahead in a game and put the other team in a position where the quarterback needed to throw it, and then we can let our guys hunt for sacks. And so the situation of the game dictates that too.
Coach, the defense largely made West Virginia one-dimensional running the ball. What did they do to basically take away the pass game altogether?
Oh, that's kind of who they've been this year, so it wasn't kind of unique to this game. They do a good job with their run scheme and quarterback runs, and then they're going to throw it off that if you're not in coverage and discipline. And that's where our secondary did a really good job when the quarterback took off with a run or pass option of staying on their guys and making them run it. And then our pursuit to football was good. I got so much respect for Coach Rodriguez as a coach. And I said earlier this week the classy gesture that they made, sending us note cards after Coach Clark's passing. I just think he's a good guy and a good football coach. They're going through the same first-year stuff that we are. He told me they had 72 or 3 new players. That's yeoman's work to get that many new guys playing well. So I don't have any doubt that they'll continue to improve, but our defense was up to the challenge today.
Noe showed off his leg again today. What kind of confidence does that give you as a decision maker?
It gives me 3 options, and it's really nice to have a guy that you feel like can hit it from over 50. And he was a captain this week because he's earned that, and thought he had a great day. And if he can make those, it changes my play calls a little bit, knowing that I have that in the back pocket, and he's a big piece of what we're doing.
Scott, heading into the bye week with a little bit of momentum and a good feeling, how much will that kind of carry this team in the second half of the season?
This team believes, and they're going to keep fighting regardless of one game or another. And I've told you guys that the last couple of weeks. This team's starting to come together. The vibe in the building and the locker room is really good. They believe. They needed a win to really boost that belief, but I think they believe they're going to have a chance every time we go out there. And then we just got to keep getting the execution hotter and hotter so we can be a little bit better every week, and we'll keep taking swings. But it's a really good group.
And, Coach, you didn't have Paul Ruba out there at the O-line, but they still had a pretty good game. Taven Jackson had a clean pocket for the most part. How do you just kind of overall evaluate their performance today? I
thought the O-line played well. I think they've continued to get better. You can't discount some of those long runs that we're getting. We got guys with speed that when they get on the second level with, clean, they got a chance to make a big play, but that starts up front. And, the last few weeks we've had several plays where a big hole opens and we got guys that can go through it. That's the guys up front. The passes can't happen unless the quarterback has time. So we got a bunch of guys playing up there too, at guard, at tackle. I think they're doing a good job and getting better every week.
Scott, how do you assess your running game? I know Jaden had a big run and Miles had a couple of big runs, but overall, are you pleased with what they've been able to do? I mean, early on it seemed they struggled a little bit after Miles had his big run to start things off.
Yeah, again, it goes back to every play is not going to work and you want it to. I get the most frustrated out of anybody, trust me, because you spend all week designing something and this is going to hit and then it doesn't. But we ran for over 200 yards, and that starts up front. It's like anything else with us right now. I want it to be more consistent. I want us to be able to rely on, even if the run's not completely there, getting 4 or 5 tough yards and not being behind the sticks. So we got to keep working on consistency with young players, and I think that'll continue to get better, and it has.
It kind of looked familiar seeing number 10 run some of those plays. So how would you assess Davie Belfort and how he did?
I thought he came in and he's just got a lot of spirit. The team loves him. Great kid, good character. He can really run. He's really fast. We're trying to get a Speedy that I thought Rollerson scored. I'd have to look at the replay, and then we were trying to get Speedy in the end zone, and they played that really well. And we went backwards, and then we went backwards on the next snap, and gave him a chance, and he made it happen with his legs. So. He prepared really well. He was excited to go in the game, and I thought he did a good job.
Taven spread the ball around but had a good connection with Damerkamp today. What did you like about Damerkamp?
Chris has continued to get better, and he's played more football than a lot of our guys, just at another place. So I think his experience kind of shines through, but just like everybody else in that room, he continues to develop. Same thing. We got to get more consistent in being in the right place at the right time, making the catch. And we still left some things out there today. But CD definitely has been improving every week and had a good game.
Coach Ross, you mentioned the past 3 weeks that the team has needed to take advantage of the opportunities, especially in these close games, come out in the second half. How pleased were you to see that they kind of put the opponent out the game pretty much early to begin the half?
Yeah, I mean, it was basically one good drive by the offense and one play by the defense, and the thing's about over. And, my message all week was, we need more splash plays, impact plays that change the game. And we got several of them today. And I think if we can keep getting a little more consistent and continue to find some game-changing plays on both sides of the ball and special teams, we're going to be competitive.
Coach, every scoring drive was under 5 minutes of possession time. How does it feel to start getting that tempo that you've always stressed?
Yeah, it's year one. I would like to go fast more. Sometimes we don't get lined up right. Sometimes the guys are a little more gassed than they would be if we were doing it all the time. It's a process. But most of the reason we had short time of possession drives is because we hit some big plays. And if you get chunk plays, you're not going to have the ball very long. When you're battling with consistency, it's tough to have a 14-play drive. But if you can get a chunk somewhere, there's not enough space on the field to have a 14-play drive. And then you're going to run fewer plays, and if you execute those, you score. So that's all the stuff, the hurdles that we're getting over right now. And, hopefully we can continue evolving. But I thought the guys did a decent job with the tempo today. I'd love to see more of it.
Chris, congratulations on the performance. Just got to ask you, those were your first 2 touchdown receptions here at UCF. Both of them came on 4th downs, too. So what was it feeling like knowing you made such a big impact tonight?
Yeah, it felt good, obviously. Just wanted to make a team for my play for my teammates. I just give a shout-out to the O-line, quarterback, and obviously Coach Frost for being able to call those, to have trust in us to convert those on 4th down. So, yeah.
Chris, did you have much chance to work with David to kind of build that relationship where you guys can kind of lock in when it comes to those kind of plays?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like obviously throughout our training during fall camp, we were starting to build a level of connection, and I felt confident that if I was able to go out there, have an opportunity to make a play, that I'd be able to make it for him. Yes, sir.
How do you feel? It's a big day.
Yes, sir. I feel good.
2 big plays on 4th down. Did you know you were going open, and when you got the ball, what was the reaction after that?
Yeah, really. The first one, like, I wouldn't say surprised, but like I knew he was running out of the pocket and it was 4th and short, so I just expected that he was just gonna scramble for the first. But when I broke loose on the scramble drill, I seen the ball in the air. I was kind of just like, obviously got to make a play, you know. Felt good.
So Coach Frost just said that, with so many new players, there's just a progression that takes place over the course of the season. How have you evolved your game over the course of this season?
Yeah, I felt like I just stayed steady, you know, just try to put 1 foot forward ahead. Like, started to get more opportunities last couple of weeks, and I felt like I just like want to take advantage of those for real. So I just felt like it feels good. Like I feel like we're trending in the right direction. We still got a lot of work to do. So just go watch the film, get better from here. But
what's your comfort level in this offense?
I'm very comfortable. Yeah, I feel like I could go to any position, be able to run what they need me to do. Yes, sir.
Just kind of building on that after last week, kind of the offense stubbing its toe at times with some of the penalties and the way this season's gone. How good is it to get 2 4th down touchdowns to kind of get the kind of offensive performance that you guys had as a group?
Yes, sir. Like you said, like last couple of weeks we was struggling. We was moving the ball like at will some of these games, but we just was shooting ourselves in the foot in the red zone. I feel like that was a big emphasis going into this week. Is like once we get down there, let's just take a deep breath, relax, just shoot your shot. You know, have confidence in your training, and I feel like that definitely helped us convert a lot of those and turn those into touchdowns.
What goes into a successful scramble drill? Like how much of that's just instinct and how much of that's reaction and how much of that's actually like practicing and repping it on the field?
Actually, this week we did actually practice that a lot because we felt like we left a lot of opportunities as far as scramble drill and pass games. But really, it goes back to like backyard football when we was kids. You know, that's kind of like the fun way to playing football. Just get open, really, just scramble around, run around, find green grass, and hopefully the quarterback sees you and be able to make a play. So yeah, feels good.
Chris, we've seen Waden Charles making an impact in some games before, but another freshman today, Rollerson, joined him as
Yes,
well.
sir.
Just what's it been like to see these young receivers step up like this, in particular with Caleb now getting in on the action today?
Yeah, definitely. It feels good, you know, like seeing those young guys make plays. Like you could just tell, like the future's bright for these guys. Rollerson, CJ, Waden, they all big-time players, and I feel like they could all produce, especially going forward. But yeah, those guys are amazing. They all do play a little bit different, and they all bring us something a little bit different to the table. But it's fun watching those guys compete every day in practice. Like we see it in practice all the time. Those guys making plays. So when they do it on a day like today, like it doesn't surprise us. We're just happy for them.
Chris, you guys obviously were able to get Taven back for this game. What kind of impact did he have to get the offense going today?
Yeah, he was very steady today, very consistent, getting playmakers of football today. Like I said, it was an all-around effort, but I could definitely see like he was making some good throws out there, and I just feel good. I'm happy for him that he had the game. Like obviously coming from injury, I think like he just played his tail off today. So shout out to him for sure.
Chris, it's been a tough 3 weeks. There were some games I'm sure you probably felt like you left out there. So how important was it to get a win tonight, and just what was that locker room like afterward?
Yeah, for sure. The locker room was electric. It was very important to get this win. Obviously, going into the bye week, we want to be able to like start with a fresh slate. You know, we just got to finish out these 5 games, but definitely this one was definitely key to getting that train back rolling, for sure.
12 different receivers caught the ball. This is kind of a routine thing, 10, 11, 12 receivers. How has that rotation gone to build the confidence of this wide receiver corps?
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely rotating a lot more guys these past couple games, and it shows like we can all go out there, do our jobs. You know, I felt like we started to gain the trust of the coaches to even the younger guys to go out there, get some more playing time. So it's definitely going to help us. The more bodies we could throw out there, definitely keep us fresh, especially in the passing game, especially with this type of offense going up tempo a lot more. So it's definitely essential. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Kelly, Coach Grinch, they've been preaching takeaways. You guys needed to get some turnovers, haven't had one since early at K-State. So how big was it to get such an impactful one, and kind of what did you see when you saw the ball kind of float out there, and then all of a sudden you're off to the races?
Oh, yeah. I mean, first and foremost, I just seen a blessing on the field. Kudos to the coaches. Kudos to my glorious defensive line. Kudos to Najee for getting the ball out. Everybody doing what they're supposed to be doing, and it's like you get hit with a blessing like that. You don't have no other choice but to score. So, yeah, big props to the guys around me, but they made that possible.
Kelly, you mentioned that a little bit. The guys up front on the defensive line, they had a really strong showing in the first quarter. You saw it again in the third. How were they playing, and how did that kind of benefit you guys at linebacker?
Really, if you ask me to be 100% honest, they playing like how they should be playing. We already knew coming into the season we had a group of goons, a group of dogs. So for them to really put it together for 4 quarters was really something special to see.
Kelly, this defense has shown strong performances all throughout this season. What has this team proved defensively to the bigger scale of college football?
Yeah, them boys ready. Like, I know we was counting out early, but I mean we still got a lot of year left, a lot of season left. So we still in the process of showing the world what we got to offer. But I hope this was a step in the right direction.
Coach Grinch has been talking about the need to create turnovers. Finally, now you get a little bit of a breakthrough. Did you see that coming all these weeks?
Oh, I mean, we was overdue. Our objective is to get 1, 2, 3 turnovers every game. So to come up short 3 games back to back and to see the outcome, obviously it's a direct correlation. So like, it was really important to get that one. And then it's like I said, blessings that it came to me. You know how to score.
You know, Kelly, this game felt like the most complimentary football you had on the day, right? Had the opportunity to play with a lead to kind of help you there. Maybe that helped you get the blessing on the field. But with that in mind, what kind of a weight does that take off you when you're taking the field? The offense is clicking. They got the lead for you. What is it that makes it, for lack of a better word, easier for a defense in that situation?
Really, it's just, I mean, the term is just complimentary ball. Like, we're a team. Like, I know we get looked at as offense, defense, special teams, but at the end of the day, we all one unit. We go wake up at the same time, went through the same camp, go to the same facilities, eat at the same dinner table. So really, we just, like I said earlier, just doing what we were supposed to do, what we was meant to be doing. And then it does take a lot of burden off just having trust, like knowing that your guys got you no matter what. You could slip up, I got you.
After you took the ball in the end zone, what kind of celebration did you have with Niger League forcing it?
Man, I'm kind of mad at myself. I got a little too excited. I don't even know what I started doing. I just started running.
Kelly, this is 4 straight games. You guys have allowed fewer points than the week before. So what's working in midweek and to set up these kind of successful outings you guys have had every Saturday since Big 12 play started?
Yes, sir. I mean, a lot of players ain't gonna like it, but it's those Tuesday, Wednesday practices where you really gotta get out there. That's when the pads is on. That's when the pads is popping. So really taking those seriously and winning the game on those days. That way, Thursday, Friday come, you locking in on the game plan, and the Saturday is just letting it rip.
Kelly, we talked about the defensive line earlier. As far as just the pass rush in general, West Virginia had their lowest amount of passing yards so far this season. You guys had the most sacks in a game in quite a while. Just what were you seeing from a pass rushing standpoint with that O-line, and how did you get to the quarterback?
Really, that the D-line just had their mind made up. Like they had their mind made up before the game that they weren't going to be denied. And then being a backer, who am I to get in between that? So, like I said earlier, everybody just reaping off of those 4 guys just having a game.
Well, as far as like from your standpoint, though, whether you're rushing with them or you step back to be more of a coverage position, just kind of what were you seeing there?
Shoot, I mean, just not back, and then most of the time I'm seeing 3 black jerseys beating me to the ball. So I mean, that goes to say enough, really.
Speaking of linebackers, Cole he was all over the place, had a heck of a day. How motivating is it to see one of your own just have a career day?
Oh yeah, really all them boys that touched the field, I'm really proud of. Kudos to 4-3 Cole, 20 Lewis. Them boys had a game, and I don't know if y'all noticed, but on the field I'm letting them know, like, forget all the circumstances. I had to let it be known, like, when my boys are cooking, like, you're cooking. You got to let it be known so you can keep stacking it. But I'm really proud of him. Cole's one of those guys that, like, he really came a long way, like coming from a different conference and then just really learning what it's like to play P4 football. So it's like the strides he's taken in these past few weeks is like, it's just kudos to him, and it's real impressive.
You talked about the glorious defensive line. Obviously, a lot of injuries up there. Derek LeBlanc stepped up into the rotation today. What did you see from him?
Shoot, next man up. I'm really proud of that. That's another guy he's really walking into a situation where I guess initially you weren't really expecting to be in. So kudos to him for really stepping up, playing that role, and then not having any fall off.
Kelly, Coach Frost said that, what this team needed was to get that win, to snap that streak, to build some momentum moving forward. Do you guys feel like you could do that, take this win, and maybe kind of catapult you guys over the next, 5 or 6 games?
Yes, sir. The name of the game with us is just consistency, and then also, like, on top of that, just not shooting ourselves in the foot. I really feel the same way, like, from game 1 to now, it's always just been the same way. It's never the other team beating us, it's us beating ourselves. So we eliminate unforced errors, drive killers, things of that like. Sky's the limit for this unit.
Kelly, you guys didn't force too many big plays as well. Like you didn't give up any big plays. Just kind of what goes into that going into the week and just in the game. How do you just prevent those big plays as much as possible?
Really just being assignment sound. We harped on that big time this week. Everybody had it in the right place. You don't got too much to worry about. Do your job with physicality around the rock. That's the name of the game. And then once you got all 11 guys to do that, I guess y'all see what happens. Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Oh, man. Come on, man. Go Knights! Okay, I'll take it. How y'all doing? Y'all good?
Jay, how much did the team need a win like this? Just it's been a tough 3 weeks in the Big 12. You guys get a comfortable win. Everyone gets to play. You gotta be feeling good, right?
No, we feel great. I feel great. I mean, this win was much needed. Like you said, 0-3 in conference. We definitely needed a conference win, and we just needed something to get going again and everything like that. Especially being back on homecoming. You can't lose on homecoming, man. That's just disappointing, especially for the fans and for the crowd. But I mean, just inside the building and everything like that, we're like, we got to get rolling. We got to get going somehow. So I mean, this win is definitely needed.
Jaden Scott talked about the idea of this team needing this win just to kind of build some momentum. Once they got that, then you guys could start building confidence, momentum moving forward. Do you feel that way now that you've got that this could probably maybe parlay into something bigger for you guys?
Yes, sir, most definitely. I believe that this can really spark some. I mean, we just still got to show up and do our job. I mean, we can celebrate this win for the rest of the weekend and everything like that, but once Monday comes around, we still got to show up and do our job. I mean, I know we got a bye week, but we still got to show up and work. We still got, 5 games now left after this, so, I mean, we still got work to do. So, I mean, we're going to show up every day. We're going to show up and work. But, I mean, like I said, the guys are excited. This was much needed. So,
Jaden, you've had a couple of these games now where you get one big run and they just keep on coming after.
Yes, sir.
What kind of feeling does that give you, knowing that once you get one going, you can kind of break loose?
Oh, it feels great, man. I mean, see, the thing for me really is I get a little run going, and I feel like the energy of the guys getting behind me and everything like that. And even Miles, he comes up to me on the sideline and he's like, "Hey, man, like we need a big one from you. You got this. We need a big one from you." And so it's just like it's the energy around me that the guys give me and everything like that. That just allow me to keep going and stuff like that. And I can't lie, those guys do a great job blocking everything up, opening holes and stuff like that. We do a great job calling plays up and stuff like that. So I mean, the whole team and even like the coaches just really put me in a great position to do what I do. And so I just got to get out there and do it when it comes my time. I wouldn't say a home run hitter, but I mean, I guess you could say that. I just like being a spark player, you know what I mean? Wherever I'm at on the field, whether it's getting the block, getting a good run and everything like that, I just want to create a spark play so the rest of the team can get going and the rest of the team can eat as well, man. We don't do this solo, man. We a team, so we all got to eat.
Team's up just 7 at the half. Third quarter starts have been slow for UCF the last couple of weeks. How important was it to jump out and get a score in the third quarter?
Oh, man, like you said, we've been slow the last few weeks and everything like that, and you've seen how that turned out for us and everything like that. So we're like, we got to get going. We got to create some here and everything like that. And, you know, like I said, I pride myself on being a spark player. So just allowing me to, go create a run and everything, create a few runs and stuff like that to get the team in a good position is always nice and everything like that. But, I mean, just overall, we had guys on the sideline, jumping up and down and, yelling even more than before and stuff like that. So we just know we got to bring the energy, whether we're on or off the field. So.
I know you're probably still in the middle of your 24 hours enjoying it and all,
Yes,
but being a smart player, what is it you could use to build off of this, having such a big day, a complete day, for lack of a better word?
I mean, there were still quite a few mistakes, you know what I mean? Still some runs we should have got a little more out of, you know what I mean? On defense, still some plays we should have, shut down a little more and stuff like that. But, I mean, it's just we're going to come in and watch the film. Like you said, it seemed perfect, but, I mean, the film don't lie. So it's all taking in this afternoon and everything, being excited about it, coming in the film, watching what we can correct and do better on tomorrow, and then just learning from that process and coming back to work on Monday and everything like that. So.
Cam finishes last week with broken ribs. Taven was the emergency third quarterback last week, plays this week through the injury he's been dealing with the shoulder. How is that resonating with you guys to see the toughness that these guys have shown the last few weeks?
I mean, it always starts with the quarterbacks and everything like that. So seeing your quarterbacks go out there and just, fight, like you said, especially Cam, I didn't even know his ribs were broken until like midweek through practice, you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, like I actually messed up my ribs. And I was like, what? Like, and he didn't even, like, he felt something, but he didn't even know through the game. So just seeing him like just watching that replay in my head, and even like as we walk through the building, we see like some of our highlights and seeing some of the runs that he was still making and everything like that, big passes that he was still trying to throw and stuff like that. That's amazing. Like you said, Taven's out there hurting too, and he still wants to be in the game. But all those quarterbacks, no matter if they're hurt or going through something, they want to be in the game. And it's not even just the quarterbacks, but it's just other people on the team as well. You know what I mean? We got a lot of fighters on this team, and that's what I really love and respect.
Jaden, you mentioned home run hitting earlier. Still got to get singles and doubles, though. You talked about some runs to get a little more out of. Just what were you seeing from West Virginia's run defense there that maybe you can use to improve on that type of stuff later on? We still got to work on twists and everything like that. Sometimes those crosses, those got us and everything like that. But I mean, other than that, we just knew how they were going to play on film and everything like that. Sometimes they play out, sometimes they play in. But I mean, it's really just doing our job. And even if the look isn't perfect, which most of the time it's never perfect, we still got to go out there and do our job. It's really just adjusting on the fly, you know what I mean, to certain things. On a lead blocking play, sometimes you might have the widest dude, but sometimes the widest dude goes inside and somebody else comes outside, you know what I mean? So it's really just adjusting on the fly. And then, like I said, just coming back in tomorrow, watching the film and breaking it down and just learning from that.
Jaden, you broke a really long kick return touchdown earlier this year, and then you broke an 80-plus yarder today just from scrimmage. How would you compare the two?
I don't even know, to be honest. I mean, I guess what I see from both of those plays is just a big open gap, big open hole that's created by my teammates. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, on that run today, all I seen was a big hole. On that kick return, all I seen was a big hole. And it's necessary for me. The hole probably could be this big. You know what I mean? It could be this big, but even this big is still a big hole to me. You know, it's just all about hitting it. And like I said, just doing what I do. You know what I mean? And the coaches believe in me, my players and teammates believe in me. So now I just got to believe in myself and go get it done.
Jaden, what about your thoughts on the O-line today? They played obviously pretty well. They kept Taven clean. Just how about the run blocking standpoint? What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, no, those dudes are dogs. I mean, they still just learn how to put everything together, and I'm just proud of everything they're doing. You know what I mean? Especially, I can't lie, with the passing of Coach Clark and everything like that, I know that's been tough on them. Even Coach Frost and Coach Coop, all the coaching staff and players. But just seeing, like, the O-line still come out there and fight and everything like that, I'm not going to lie, I know a lot of people who can just give up in a situation like that. Like, you know, that's tough. And you got a new coach coming in, and the way they're adjusting to him and everything like that and taking his coaching is great. You know what I mean? Those dudes are fighters, like I said earlier, and they're dogs, and just the way they moved the defensive line today and just picked up on twists and everything like that, and crossers that you know, they're doing great, man. I'm proud of them, for real.
Jay?
I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.